Imagine this. You're scrolling through your phone, life's buzzing around you. Notifications, news, the latest on social media, and there you are, caught in the middle of it all, wondering, is this it? Is there more to life than just this endless cycle? It's a question that's probably crossed your mind before, maybe in the quiet moments before you fall asleep or in the midst of a chaotic day. It's a question that has the power to shake us to our core. Yet, it's this very question that has the potential to propel us toward a deeper, more meaningful existence. Now, what if I told you that the answer to this profound question has been around for centuries, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to uncover and integrate into our daily lives? I'm not talking about a secret society or an ancient artifact. I'm talking about a philosophy, a way of life that has guided some of the greatest minds through history's toughest challenges. Yes, my friends, I'm talking about Stoicism. But before you click away, let me clarify something. This isn't your high school philosophy class. Stoicism isn't about abstract concepts detached from reality. It's about living fully, embracing and facing challenges, and finding true happiness in a world that often seems designed to throw us off course. It's about learning from the wisdom of one of the most powerful leaders in human history, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced wars, plagues, and personal loss, yet managed to pen words of incredible insight and serenity amidst it all. So why should you care? Because the lessons from Stoicism, from Marcus Aurelius himself, are incredibly relevant to our lives today. They offer a blueprint for dealing with stress, uncertainty, and our own inner demons. They teach us to focus on what truly matters, letting go of what we can't control and cultivating gratitude, resilience, and compassion. In this video, we're diving deep into the heart of Stoicism to explore practical strategies for living a better life. Not through quick fixes or empty promises, but through timeless wisdom that has supported individuals for centuries in their quest for personal growth and fulfillment. Whether you're struggling with life's pressures, searching for meaning, or simply curious about how to live better, this journey is for you. So stick around, my friends. Let's embark on this adventure together, learning from the past to create a more fulfilling present and a brighter future. Welcome to the Stoic way of living, reimagined for the modern world. 1. Embrace your inner resources. Imagine you're born with a treasure inside you, hidden away, waiting to be discovered. It sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? But here's the thing. It's not just a fanciful idea. It's the reality of our existence according to Stoicism. This ancient philosophy suggests that each of us is born with all the inner resources we need to lead a fulfilling life. It's like we're all walking around with an inner toolkit equipped with everything we need to thrive, not just survive, in our journey through life. Now let's dive into what this really means. Think of yourself as a half-completed masterpiece, a poem in the making. Your life, with its unique challenges, joys, sorrows, and triumphs, is the canvas or the page on which your poem is written. And just like in art, where constraints can often lead to the most creative and beautiful results, the obstacles and limitations we face in life are not there to hinder us, but to help us craft our masterpiece. They push us to dig deep into our inner toolkit and bring forth virtues like resilience, wisdom, and compassion. But what are these tools, you might ask? They are the qualities and capabilities we all have within us. Reason, the ability to love, to learn, to endure, and to find joy in the simplest of things. It's our capacity for hard work, for reflection, for connection with others, and for change. And here's the kicker. Just like any tool, these abilities get sharper the more we use them. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to refine these tools, to grow stronger, and to write our poem with more depth and beauty. Now I want you to think about the last time you faced something tough, something that really tested your limits. Maybe it was a personal loss, a professional setback, or a deep-seated fear you had to confront. It felt overwhelming at the time, right? But somehow you made it through. That strength, that resilience didn't come from outside. It wasn't luck or chance or the intervention of some external hero. It came from within you, from those very resources that Stoicism talks about. This idea isn't just comforting. It's empowering. It means that no matter what life throws our way, we have what it takes to handle it. Sure, we may seek guidance, learn new strategies, or lean on others for support, and that's all part of the journey. But at the core of it all is you and your inner resources, ready and waiting to be tapped into. So as we move forward, let's remember this. Our greatest strength lies within. It's not about becoming something or someone we're not. It's about recognizing and embracing the incredible resources we already possess. It's about completing that poem piece by piece with patience, perseverance, and a whole lot of heart. And guess what? The more we do this, the more we realize that these resources are inexhaustible. There's always more wisdom to uncover, more strength to discover, and more joy to experience. That's the beauty of embracing your inner resources. It's a journey that never really ends but only becomes richer and more rewarding with time. 2. Eliminate toxic emotions. Have you ever noticed how certain emotions can feel like unwelcome guests in our minds, taking up space and refusing to leave? I'm talking about those toxic emotions. Anxiety, anger, envy, fear, the list goes on. These are the feelings that, if left unchecked, can take us down a path we never intended to go, clouding our judgment and leading us away from our best selves. But here's a Stoic secret that's as liberating as it is profound. We have the power to show these emotions the door. Let's break it down. The Stoics teach us that it's not the external events in our lives that disturb us but our judgments about them. Think about it. Two people can face the same situation, yet their emotional responses can be worlds apart. Why? Because it's all about perception. The good news here is that if our perceptions can lead to toxic emotions, then by changing our perceptions, we can free ourselves from those emotions. It's like having a control panel for your emotional state, and believe me, it's empowering to start playing with those switches. But how do we actually do this? How do we start eliminating toxic emotions? It begins with awareness. You need to become an observer of your own mind, noticing when a toxic emotion is starting to bubble up. This isn't about suppression or pretending the emotion isn't there. It's about acknowledging it, understanding it, and then questioning it. Ask yourself, is this emotion based on an accurate perception of the situation? Is there another way to look at this? Can I find a more constructive way to respond? Now let's get practical. Say you're feeling angry because a friend canceled plans at the last minute. The immediate reaction might be to think, they don't respect my time. They're always doing this. That's the judgment that's fueling your anger. But what if you shifted that perception to, maybe something urgent came up. We all have to cancel plans sometimes. I can use this time to do something else I enjoy. Just like that, you've taken the first step in transforming a toxic emotion into an opportunity for understanding and self-care. The Stoics also advise us to focus on what's within our control. You can't control what others do or say, but you can control your reactions. This doesn't mean becoming emotionless robots. Far from it. It's about cultivating emotions that lead to peace and well-being, like joy, gratitude, and love, while letting go of those that serve no constructive purpose. Eliminating toxic emotions is like decluttering your mind. It's not a one-time cleanup, but an ongoing process of choosing which emotional items you want to keep and which you're ready to let go of. And just like decluttering your living space can transform your physical environment, decluttering your mind can profoundly change your emotional landscape. 3. Take personal responsibility. Taking personal responsibility is one of those concepts that's as challenging as it is rewarding. It's about acknowledging that we are the architects of our lives, holding the power to shape our destiny with the choices we make every day. This isn't about blaming ourselves for everything that happens. Life is complex, and there are many things outside our control. But what we always control is how we respond to life's challenges and opportunities. This Stoic principle is about embracing our role in crafting our life's narrative, recognizing that while we can't control the winds, we certainly can adjust our sails. Imagine you're at the helm of a ship, navigating through the vast ocean. The sea is unpredictable. Storms may arise and currents can change unexpectedly. This is much like life. Taking personal responsibility means acknowledging that you're the captain of your ship. You decide the course, make the adjustments needed to face the storms, and take responsibility for those decisions. It's empowering, but also a bit daunting, right? Because it means stepping up, making choices, and sometimes admitting we've steered off course. Now let's break it down a bit. Taking personal responsibility involves several key steps. First, it's about self-awareness. It requires us to look inward and recognize our strengths and weaknesses, our virtues and vices. This isn't for the faint of heart. It's about honest self-assessment, understanding our role in the situations we find ourselves in, and how our actions, thoughts, and emotions contribute to our life's unfolding story. Next comes the willingness to learn and grow. This is where the real magic happens. Each challenge, mistake, or failure is a lesson in disguise. Instead of shying away from these experiences, we can embrace them as opportunities for growth. When we own our mistakes, we take back our power. We're no longer victims of circumstance, but active participants in our journey. It's a shift from a mindset of blame and excuses to one of empowerment and accountability. And let's talk about action. Taking responsibility means being proactive rather than reactive. It's about setting goals, making plans, and taking steps towards those goals. It means being persistent in the face of obstacles and resilient in the face of setbacks. This isn't about perfection, far from it. It's about progress and the understanding that every step, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Finally, taking personal responsibility means recognizing that we have a choice in how we respond to life. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, beautifully illustrated this Stoic principle in his work. He showed that even in the most horrific circumstances, we have the freedom to choose our attitude. This choice is our ultimate freedom, our deepest power. So, let's bring it home. Taking personal responsibility is about claiming your power, stepping into the role of the author of your life story. It's about making choices aligned with your values, learning from your experiences, and continually striving to be your best self. It's a journey, not a destination. A daily practice of living intentionally, with purpose and courage. And remember, you're not alone on this path. Every step you take in owning your journey is a step towards a more fulfilling, empowered life. 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude might seem like one of those overused buzzwords, but let me assure you, its power is immense and deeply transformative. In a world where it's easy to get caught up in what's missing, what's wrong, or what's yet to be achieved, gratitude is a profound shift in perspective. It's about pausing, looking around, and truly appreciating the good in our lives, no matter how small. Practicing gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about cultivating an attitude of thankfulness that permeates our daily lives. Let's start with the science behind it. Numerous studies have shown that gratitude can significantly boost our mental and emotional well-being. It reduces stress, increases happiness, and even improves our physical health. When we focus on what we're thankful for, our brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. It's like giving our mind a warm, comforting hug. And the best part? The more we practice gratitude, the easier it becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Now, how do we actually incorporate gratitude into our lives? One simple but powerful way is through a daily gratitude practice. This could be as straightforward as keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. In fact, focusing on the small, everyday joys can be even more impactful. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, the smile of a loved one, or the beauty of a sunset. By regularly acknowledging these moments, we train our brain to notice and appreciate them more often. Another effective approach is to express gratitude to others. This could be a heartfelt thank you note, a verbal acknowledgement, or even a small act of kindness to show your appreciation. When we share our gratitude with others, it not only strengthens our relationships, but also reinforces our own sense of thankfulness. It's a beautiful cycle of giving and receiving positive energy. Gratitude also involves shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. This doesn't mean ignoring our desires or aspirations, but balancing them with an appreciation for the present. For instance, if you're striving for a promotion at work, practice gratitude for the opportunities and experiences your current job provides. If you're working towards personal growth, be thankful for the progress you've made and the lessons learned along the way. This balanced perspective helps us stay grounded and content while still moving forward. Moreover, gratitude teaches us to find silver linings. Life isn't always easy, and challenges are inevitable. But even in difficult times, there's often something to be thankful for. A lesson learned, a strength discovered, a support system that rallied around us. By seeking out these silver linings, we can transform our perspective and build resilience. In essence, practicing gratitude is about adopting a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. It's recognizing that, despite life's imperfections, there is much to be thankful for. It's a conscious choice to focus on the positive, to celebrate the good, and to cultivate a sense of joy and contentment. And the more we practice it, the more we find to be grateful for. 5. Foster resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to adapt in the face of challenges, and to keep moving forward despite setbacks. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but about facing them head-on with strength and grace. In today's fast-paced, ever-changing world, resilience is more important than ever. It's what helps us navigate the ups and downs of life, maintaining our balance and sense of purpose. But how do we build resilience? It starts with a mindset shift. We need to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities for growth. Every setback, every failure is a lesson in disguise, offering valuable insights and experiences. This doesn't mean we ignore the pain or difficulty. Instead, we acknowledge it, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone towards a better version of ourselves. One key aspect of resilience is self-compassion. It's about being kind to ourselves, especially during tough times. We often tend to be our own harshest critics, but beating ourselves up doesn't help. Instead, we need to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a friend in a similar situation. This means acknowledging our struggles, giving ourselves permission to feel our emotions, and encouraging ourselves to keep going. Another crucial element is maintaining a positive outlook. This doesn't mean being unrealistically optimistic or ignoring reality. It's about finding hope and possibility even in difficult situations. It's about believing that we have the strength and resources to overcome challenges, and that better days are ahead. This positive mindset fuels our resilience, giving us the motivation and energy to keep pushing forward. Building strong connections with others is also vital for resilience. Supportive relationships provide a buffer against stress and a source of strength during tough times. Whether it's family, friends, or a support group, Having people who care about us and believe in us can make a huge difference. These connections offer us encouragement, perspective, and a sense of belonging, all of which are essential for resilience. Resilience also involves taking care of our physical and mental well-being. This means maintaining healthy habits like regular exercise, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and mindfulness practices. These habits not only boost our overall health but also enhance our ability to cope with stress and adversity. When we're physically and mentally strong, we're better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Lastly, resilience requires a sense of purpose. Having clear goals and a sense of meaning in our lives gives us direction and motivation. It helps us stay focused and committed, even when the going gets tough. Our purpose acts as a guiding light, reminding us why we do what we do and helping us navigate through challenges with determination and resilience. In summary, fostering resilience is about cultivating a mindset of growth, practicing self-compassion, maintaining a positive outlook, building strong connections, taking care of our well-being, and having a sense of purpose. It's a continuous journey, not a destination. And the more we nurture our resilience, the better equipped we are to face life's challenges and to emerge stronger and wiser. 6. Live in accordance with nature. Living in accordance with nature is a core tenet of Stoicism. But what does it really mean in our modern context? It's about aligning ourselves with the natural order of the world and our own true nature. It's about understanding that we are part of a larger whole and finding our place within it. This principle encourages us to live authentically, in harmony with our values and the world around us. First, let's consider the natural world. Nature operates with a certain order and wisdom. The changing seasons, the cycle of life, the interdependence of all living things. There's a rhythm and balance to it all. When we live in accordance with nature, we strive to align our lives with this natural order. This means respecting the environment, living sustainably, and recognizing our interconnectedness with all living beings. It's about being mindful of our impact on the planet and making choices that support the health and well-being of the earth. Living in accordance with nature also means embracing our own nature. Each of us has unique strengths, talents, and passions. When we align our lives with these innate qualities, we live more authentically and find greater fulfillment. This requires self-awareness and self-acceptance. Understanding who we are, what we value, and what brings us joy. It means pursuing goals and activities that resonate with our true selves, rather than conforming to external expectations or societal pressures. In practical terms, living in accordance with nature involves simplifying our lives and focusing on what truly matters. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness and materialism of modern life, but Stoicism encourages us to strip away the unnecessary and focus on the essentials. This doesn't mean we have to renounce all possessions or ambitions, but rather that we prioritize our values and live with intention. It's about finding balance and contentment in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for more. This principle also teaches us to accept the natural flow of life, including its challenges and uncertainties. Just as the seasons change and storms come and go, so too do the circumstances of our lives. Living in accordance with nature means accepting these changes with grace and resilience. It's about understanding that adversity is a natural part of life and that we have the inner resources to navigate it. By embracing the natural flow, we can find peace and strength in the face of change. Furthermore, this principle encourages us to cultivate virtues that are in harmony with nature, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues guide us in making ethical decisions, building strong relationships, and living with integrity. They help us navigate life's complexities with a clear sense of right and wrong, and they provide a foundation for a meaningful and purposeful life. In essence, living in accordance with nature is about finding harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. It's about living authentically, sustainably, and ethically. It's about embracing our true nature, simplifying our lives, and accepting the natural flow of life. And ultimately, it's about finding a sense of peace and fulfillment by aligning our lives with the wisdom of the natural world. 7. Focus on what you can control. One of the most liberating and empowering principles of Stoicism is the focus on what we can control. This idea, central to Stoic philosophy, teaches us to distinguish between what is within our power and what is not. By directing our energy and attention towards what we can control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. This principle is a powerful tool for personal empowerment and emotional resilience. To begin with, let's understand what is within our control. According to Stoicism, we have control over our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This includes our decisions, our responses to situations, our goals, and our efforts. Essentially, it's about our internal world, our mindset and behavior. On the other hand, there are many things we cannot control, such as other people's actions, external events, and the outcomes of our efforts. These are part of the external world, which is beyond our direct influence. When we focus on what we can control, we take responsibility for our own lives. we recognize that we have the power to choose our responses and shape our experiences. This is incredibly empowering because it means we are not at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, we are active participants in our own lives, capable of creating positive change and pursuing our goals with intention and purpose. Conversely, when we focus on what we cannot control, we set ourselves up for frustration and disappointment. We waste energy worrying about things we can't change and become reactive rather than proactive. This often leads to a sense of helplessness and victimhood. By shifting our focus to what we can control, we reclaim our power and cultivate a sense of agency and resilience. Practically speaking, how do we apply this principle? One effective approach is to regularly assess and clarify what is within our control in any given situation. For example, if you're facing a difficult work project, focus on the aspects you can control: your effort, your approach, your attitude, and your time management. Let go of concerns about others' opinions, potential setbacks, or the final outcome. By concentrating on your own actions and mindset, you maximize your effectiveness and reduce stress. Another important practice is to cultivate mindfulness. This means staying present and aware of our thoughts and emotions, and consciously choosing our responses. Mindfulness helps us recognize when we're slipping into worry or frustration over things we can't control, allowing us to gently redirect our focus. It's about developing the habit of responding rather than reacting, and making intentional choices aligned with our values and goals. In addition, setting realistic and meaningful goals is crucial. When our goals are based on what we can control, we set ourselves up for success and satisfaction. For instance, instead of setting a goal to get a promotion, which depends on external factors, set a goal to enhance my skills and performance, which is within your control. This shift not only increases your chances of achieving your goals, but also keeps you motivated and focused on personal growth. Lastly, practicing acceptance is key. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means acknowledging and making peace with what we cannot change. It's about understanding that there will always be factors beyond our control and choosing to focus on how we can best respond. This mindset reduces stress and fosters inner peace, allowing us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience. In summary, focusing on what we can control is about taking charge of our own lives and directing our energy towards what truly matters. It's about recognizing our power to shape our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of what is beyond our influence. This principle is a cornerstone of personal empowerment and emotional well-being, guiding us towards a more intentional, resilient, and fulfilling life.